Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I think it's been about a month. So I'll tell you what I'm making today, then I'll tell you where I've been. There's been a little bit of a house move. So I cut these pieces out a while ago. Can't remember, like weeks ago, I can't even remember what size they are. I made a video about a year ago with an expandable bag. But it was an accidental video. I didn't actually mean to make a video. I was only recording so I wouldn't forget what steps I'd taken. So you can't see half of what I was doing. So I thought I'd make it fresh because I'm making one anyway. So I've got a piece of fabric, which is, oh, my cutting mat's upside down, which is great for me. It's 21.5 by 13. And instead of using a fabric lining fabric, instead of using fabric liner, I'm using shower curtain fabric because this is for a lady who goes to the gym and she has all her shampoos and things like that. And she just dumps them all in a bag. So everything else will get wet. And I've got a 12-inch zip. I've already stuck on some double-sided tape on both sides of the zip. You don't have to use the double-sided tape, you can use clips and pins. And I've got, for the handle is, how big are you? Let's have a look. We're on 10.5 by 2 inches. And I've got a dangly thing because we all know I like a dangly thing. I'm going to start by putting the zipper. I've got a directional fabric as well, so this is what will be the top of the bag. So I'm going to put the zipper pull at that end and we'll go in face down. And if you were using a pattern liner, then your liner would also go face down. So you'd have pretty sides together. Right, I'm going to stitch all the way down here. I've got my zipper foot on. If you don't have a zipper foot, just get as close to the bumpy bit as you can. And you might need to move the zipper pull out of the way as you sew. Alright, when you've done that, open it out. You can iron this, but I'm using this plasticky stuff, so I want to iron it as little as possible. So I'm just going to finger press it. Now go back and top stitch all the way down here, about 1/8 of an inch away from the zipper. Okay, when you've done that, we're going to take this and bring it over here. See? If you're using clips or pins, clip or pin it. And then we're going to bring the lining fabric up to meet it. So you should have something that looks like that now. Right, go and stitch that one the same way. Turn it the right way through so it's pretty fabric on the outside. Let's finger press that down and go back and top stitch this bit. It might be a bit more fiddly when you get to the bottom. Yeah, so I've moved house, which means I've got a whole new sewing room, but I can't find anything. It was a bit of an emergency move. I had like 3 days notice and I was like, oh, let's move house. So we just threw everything in boxes and off we went. So now I've got 11 clips, but I have got a whole new sewing room, a big giant space. I've got a really pretty cabinet to keep my fabric in. And a bigger table. So if you've got any suggestions of things I should be putting in my sewing room, drop them in the comments, because normally I don't have this much space. Hopefully one of you is going to suggest an overlocking machine, and then my husband might see the comment and buy me an overlocking machine. Right, so now you'll have this, a tube. So the first thing we're going to do is make our strap. You're going to fold it in half and in half again. You can make this as long as you want. It can be a little strap, just a little tab. I want a handle you can grab. So you can fold it in half and then in half again, and then go sew down both long edges. So I went a little bit crooked, but I can't fix it because I haven't got a seam ripper, because who knows where that is. It'll be in a box somewhere. No doubt I'll find it in 4 years. All right. We're going to put this on either side. Put it as far away as you want, but I'm going to go about an inch from the centre of the zip. Yeah, about an inch. Right, tuck those in place. just a few stitches. Find your centre of the back, just fold it in half, and make a little mark. Then match up your zip to where that centre is, there. Oh, well, it looks like I'm down to 10 clips. I'll match up the bottom too. Right, we're going to clip it together and then we're going to sew along here with a 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, down there and down there. I'm going to trim this back right next to this seam line that I just made. Watch you don't cut your stitches though. We're doing a French seam. And do the same at the other end. Yeah, so I moved house and my dad's been poorly in hospital, so the last 4 weeks has been an absolute whirlwind of decorating, moving, carpet fitters and hospital visits. And this is the first time I've managed to sit down with my sewing machine in a month. Okay, make sure your strap bit is lay flat. On your corners are poked out well. And make sure your zip is at least halfway open. I'm just going to make a tiny little mark, and the same at the other end. And another inch on the other side of the zip. Right, where you made those marks, fold your fabric to where those marks are and pop some clips in. And the same on the other side. Right, now go down and sew about 1/4 inch all the way down here. Be careful when you get to your metal bits on your zip, and all the way down the other side. All right, tidy up your loose threads and you should be done. I'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's clicked subscribe. I'm nearly at 4,000 subscribers. I can't believe it, in a year. So thank you. And for everyone that clicks like and comments. So turn it through the right way. And that raw seam that we had a minute ago should be gone. There we go. An expandable bag. And it's water resistant. I was going to say waterproof, but it's really not, is it? Water resistant. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.